store here. Why'd they have to give me...
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's...
Oh, good. Very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei.
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus Jadeite and had... Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Chiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to...
Wait! Isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about that?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss... The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question... In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine.
Guaranteed genuine? With 10 times the value payable...
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need.
In that case, might you know where Miss Chow lives? We'd like to...
Oh, of course. She wrote her address...
Thanks a lot, Mr. Cross.
Whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up, but now that I've lost the hairpin...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of déjà vu?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow.
Huh? Well...
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't... True.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of and given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite...
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Jichao looks like...
However, all of this is assuming that it...
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost. Whichever way you look at it, we've got...
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the Jadeite...
Please. Please, However much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants, after all. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. So hold on a moment, Monsieur Chow.
What did I feel? Well, I remember that my family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past.
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few
It's...
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With... You lost them! Are you...
I'm sorry. Truly...
Mora! Do you have any idea what... I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here...
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. It was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpin.
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins?
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit.
I just like to make people smile.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins...
What do you mean? Are you...
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless... I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they can... Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in...
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest...
Now that is strange. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have...
If that's the case, we should go confront him.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. And then he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into... After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow... Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hair...
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be expedient.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force method...
Well then, since you...
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first...
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with it.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to invest anywhere commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this...
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay? And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last.
This contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the...
I've had a read through.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might... I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like...
Miss Yanfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus jadeite myself. I noticed whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage... But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Why, hello there, honored customer. Surely not more spurious claims that...
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossell enlisted...
A Snezhnayan merchant... I do remember that. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragd. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a...
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that... Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus...
A thin layer of separate...
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite?
Is that so? Well, So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come...
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find there may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an and, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why?
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some...
Smile.
Miss Yenfei?
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed...
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing right...
Of course.
Oh, I have my reasons. Yes. Please. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the...
Yes, I see. Forgive...
I wouldn't say there's been an incident. Just a minor issue.
With this hard evidence to back us up...
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Xingxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith.
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. As such, legal advisors like myself...
So you help them make sense of the law.
Yes, well, that's no obstacle, because You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus.
Again with that
Well, that's that then.
The nightlife here is so...
Feel free to take a look around.
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened?
Have no further trouble from then on? Yeah, has a merchant by the name of Crossell.
Crossell. Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Xingxi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find...
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high. Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedure. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called... The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus jadeite.
Thank you, Xingxi. Now...
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it that...
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands...
Have a blast!
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though and if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well. Now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're...
Smaragdus jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information. The Seven Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountain. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario... Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting...
That is indeed the case.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's But after I gave him my reply, his expression I wonder, Miss Yenfei, if your pressing business might be related to this snake...
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for...
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Next on the agenda...
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a...
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you...
Of course. Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10...
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Sure.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, The substance claimed to be smaragd. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you can— I spent a huge sum to obtain that smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hair—
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question. If we want to determine whether the ore is genuine, we need to start with— This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between smaragdus— In any case, smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of smaragdus jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite.
That's an unsubstantiated—
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we—
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't—
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the ministry—
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real—
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors? Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountain. Sustained contact with smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild— Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these—
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of— However, I'm sure that the ministry will be relatively— Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that— I trust that you'll give them your full—
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of smaragdus jade—
Huh? No,
aren't actually inlaid with genuine— You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to— Mr. Crossell, your answer, please.
Yep, he's seriously intimidating, right?
I admit it. I confess. But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring— But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of— That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable. I kept the real smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Chichao lost—
Exactly! If they weren't the real—
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. If word got out that I sold a—
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with—
10 times.
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that smaragdus jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have— Even if the smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear
Ms.
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of smaragdus jade—
What? But all right.
Miss Yanfei, I'll turn the smaragdus jadeite over to you.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But
thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yanfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may— Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claim—
Is that—
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and if we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice or...
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone...
The right solution The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented... an Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs...
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit.
You've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find... Good, good.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of...
Oh, you. All right, then. Go see to your business.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts, too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no...
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hard. Indeed she is. Liyue has changed. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately... Liyue is not the same place. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
It is but a Oh, there we go. This serenity. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it. Oh, good. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them.
Wait a minute, Granny.
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little...
This is it.
I created another universe, in fact. Founded paradise, for I, fish.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's! There's even a great big house in the middle, too! Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that! Well, still... Oh, wait a...
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a hang on. Oh, call me. I suppose you may call...
So you're the little helper!
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yet, you may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over. But though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realm. You may consider me a Now, allow me to have you any blueprints on you? As long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion...
Blueprints? Oh, that's right! Granny handed us some...
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm Just commit the image of the objects to map, then simply release the thought from your...
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole...
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adept, he said that even though subspace creation is... This world is not a true one, after all. It provides mere...
A golden-eyed adeptus?
I hardly remember myself. What's more... Well, let's not dwell on that. If there's anything...
I created another universe and founded paradise, for I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt... I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
I created another... hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble...
Maybe you're not used to the place at the moment, but once you've materialized... Maybe... 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 Maybe...
I created another universe and founded paradise, for I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt... I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during...
Maybe...
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble